Yeah. So
Alright guys, good morning and good afternoon as well.
so I'm looking forward to your questions whenever they come, and then I'm going to answer them as well. But to start with, I'm going to talk about how the scene has changed for group discussions in a new world. Yesterday, a student called me up and messaged me that there has been an online GD, and she was part of it, and she was not sure whether is going to be selected or not. And of course, it was the student was from BTech, and but the company that she sat for was a marketing company. Okay, it was kind of a company that selects students and then asks them to somehow uh, get customers into their fold. So it's kind of a B2C situation where they are looking for customers mm, through their representatives, executives. Now those executives can be graduates, undergraduates, students who are yet studying. Anyhow, it has to be a situation where they can get hold of energetic, passionate people who are good at communication and creativity, and they can handle the customers and speak well about the product. So this is the scenario, right? So they went ahead and did the group discussion, and in that group discussion there were a number of students who were sitting and waiting for an opportunity to speak. They did somehow, and then they waited for the result. Well, the result was that they got rejected. Many of them got rejected. So I sat down with that person. I talked to many of them about how they have been going through their online group discussions and what they felt was the reason of rejection. Well, the company never tells you why it is going to reject you, right? So you will have to figure it out for yourself as to why you have been rejected, and that is how they feel that they can get. I feel that I can get to the root of the cause, the bottom of the situation, and devise a strategy that they will be able to perform really better than before. So as usual, as I said, you will have to think of ways to analyze yourself. You have to see what is wrong with you so that you can correct it and make it better. Yeah, so let us have a look at many things and tell you about various sectors and how you can go if you are thinking of going into that sector, what is there for you and what you can improve. So today's session is about that. If you are ready, let's go. Okay, the first thing that I want to share with you is what is there in the past, what has happened in the history. Okay, so I'm going to share a PPT with you. On and off, I'm going to switch between the PPT and myself because I need to know, I need to make sure that this is not a classroom. It is an interactive session. You're going to talk to me. You can ask me the questions here in the YouTube live chat. You can ask me the questions over WhatsApp. You can put them on Facebook. It is live there as well. And mostly you have to tell me about what you feel can be your problem, because I'm looking at the problems. So that is the reason of rejection. So I'm looking at the problems and I'm trying to see how I can remove those problems from your scenario. Yeah, so let us talk about your problems right now, in the past also. Okay, so this is the first one. The basic is, why do people uh, go online? What is the reason for going online? What are the platforms that you go online, so that you know what you are going through? Yeah, so this is where I want to see about, are you comfortable with these platforms? Zoom, you're comfortable like anything. That is like your playground. You have been doing this for the last 2 months. This is your summer playground, and we know what you did last summer. You mastered Zoom. You looked at the nitty-gritties of Zoom. You saw how this can be overcome, and you have known how to do this. The visuals, the virtual background, the sound management, the network, everything is within your control. You know it, right? So I'm going to tell you about how this thing will work for you. In Zoom, you have to basically get into the panel with number of other people, like 10, 12 other people. Yesterday we did a mock GD for around 17 people. There was chaos. 17 people, of course there has to be chaos. So the advantage was that no one had to travel in this kind of a situation where corona is hunting for you. You can just sit back at home and participate. This is one advantage. And one disadvantage is that, of course, when everyone is sitting in their home comfortably and they are desperate for a job, they are going to cause chaos. Chaos is bound to happen. So we feel that I mean, even if it is Zoom, you should maintain etiquettes. You should have a balance between etiquettes and the need to speak. You have to speak. You can't just maintain etiquette and manners and stay silent for the entire group discussion. You'll have to take part. Okay, so how do you exactly go about taking part without messing up your manner profile? Manners have to be there. Yeah, so I'm just trying to look at you from the point of view of a moderator. Why am I going to select you or reject you? So that is my major concern right now. If you are sitting there in front of me, I am your moderator like this. On the screen I can see like 10 to 12 to 14 people just trying to get an opportunity to speak and screaming at each other. I'm going like, no, this is not happening. I'm working from home as well, and I don't want to listen to people fighting over a chance to speak. So what I do at this point of time is like a stop, everyone stop. Now at this point someone still keeps talking. I'm rejecting that person. Rejection reason number one, not listening to the moderator. Have an ear open at all times for the moderator. What are his instructions? As a working from home individual, as a human resource personnel for my company, I'm already taking a lot of tension, and if my word is not going to be respected by my future employees, my candidates, I'm stopping that GD right then and there. Hundreds and thousands of other candidates are waiting to join my company. I don't have any issues, I don't have any problems. Yep. So taking care of that, you have to listen to the moderator at all times. Promise me? Thank you. So let's move on to another aspect of the group discussion on Zoom, on virtual platforms. Maybe Meet, maybe Teams. Meet is the Google solution for virtual conferences. Teams is by Microsoft, and of course the latest entrant, we have GeoMeet. Yeah, so even that is going to try its luck and see if it can get some customers and clients. We are not going to train you in that, but I'm going to tell you about how to be ready for that. Okay, back to the advantages and disadvantages of having an online group discussion. Second advantage is that you will feel really comfortable in a home setting. There is going to be no issues, totally no issues of fear psychosis. Okay, except for that unsettling feeling, will I get selected or not, for which you'll have to just reach out to your nearest comfort zone. That may be your kitchen, that can be your mom's embrace, that can be a pat on the back by your brother, it can be anything. So taking that home advantage of feeling comfortable, I'm sure you are also going to be very looking forward to this thing. Okay, can I have some questions? Utkarsh has said hello. I don't, okay, yeah, hello, but I don't have an answer to your any question right now. Yeah, so home advantage. When you are sitting at home participating in a GD, you have the home advantage. Like when Chennai Super Kings is playing in Chennai, dude, they have the support of the entire audience. They have nothing to worry about. Yeah, so similarly, Kolkata Knight Riders sitting at Eden Gardens, playing at Eden Gardens, nothing to worry. So when you are sitting in your group discussion at home, you should have nothing to worry. Okay, that nagging feeling, as I already addressed, can be handled by a touch, a pat, or a taste of your favorite food. Maybe chocolate, have it. Some sweets, roshogolla or rasgulla, whatever you want to call it, have it. Odia guys have chenna podo. anything, like feel good. If you feel good, your brain relaxes. Once your brain relaxes, you are in a really good position to talk. Am I speaking well right now? Well, that's because I had really something really good in the morning. The breakfast was fantastic. It was chapati put in milk, boiled in milk, with banana slices and raisins, kishmish. Yeah, I should remember that. I have also should switch to non-English at times, because that is also comfort zone. But you can't talk in Hindi in your group discussions. Do you know that? Unless of course approved by your HR. तब तक आप बात नहीं कर सकते. अच्छा जी. Next, I'm going to look at any questions if there are any. None. So I'll move to the discussion, the thing that I have prepared for you, and that is what is the logic behind holding group discussions. Now, if I know why a group discussion is taking place, I'll be in a better position. I'll be in a better position to reduce my chances of rejection. Okay, so these are the things. The group discussions are done. The group discussions are done to check team skills, whether you are a good team player or not. To check content. Are you aware of the surroundings? Are you aware what is going on in the country and the border and abroad, in all the spheres? Political, military, economic, medical, scientific, technological. Are you up to date with the content or not? Okay. Are you next? Measure your communication skills. If your communication skills, people think communication skills is speaking. More important than speaking is listening. Okay, people don't get that, like, okay, listening is also an important section. No, you got to listen closely, you have to listen well. And of course, body language. What is body language? Body language is personality plus how you are moving about. So what amount of me is visible on the screen right now, right? A very small amount, very small window is open there. So if I'm a human resource personnel, if I'm a GD moderator looking at my candidates from on a very small screen, on a very small part of the screen, and all you do in that screen is head movement, that's not going to work. Time and again, you'll have to bring in your hands. You'll have to talk with your hands. Do you remember that? If you remember that, you will be able to do a little bit of extra movement, but not too much. Don't move too much. Okay. So if that can be taken care of, well, you will be visible and you will make a mark. Now, look at the other things that I have with me. I have neutralized the background. I have brought the entire attention on me by putting me in half of the screen space. Half the screen space is me. Don't bring your face totally towards the camera. Okay, I'll deal with how to do this thing in a later part of the discussion. Right now, let me tell you why are GDs done. And finally, reduce candidate crowd. There are so many people trying to take part in the placement process that I don't have the capacity or space for all of them. What do? I reduce the candidate crowd. How do I do that? By holding a GD. Among all these 5 things, the reasons behind holding GDs, 4 are within your control. The last one is not in your control. That was not your policy. You are not the company. So what do you do about it? Well, absolutely nothing. Yes, I mean, candidate crowd reduction is not your priority. It's not your prerogative. How do you manage that? You can't manage it. Forget about it. Things outside your control should not worry you, should not impact you, should not disturb you. Huh? ठीक है, पक्का? Now, the other 4 things that you have here is like team skills, content, communication, and body language. In the next few slides, I'm going to talk about them. Meanwhile, let me get back to certain talkings about like how we have been doing the group discussions, 1-2 incidents, so that you understand what is going on in the moderator's mind, why I reject when I reject. Well, yesterday there was a session and one of my moderator friends was doing this moderation. One of the candidate felt really outraged because that candidate did not get a feedback, and because the feedback was not given, that person started misbehaving. I mean, totally like use the word shame on you on the moderator. Now that is not supposed to be done. You are not supposed to insult the moderator. Usually common sense is there and everyone behaves very respectfully, very decently. But sometimes the pressure of everything, beginning from the pandemic, the lockdown, the exams, and the stress of not knowing what is going to happen in the future, that's too much. And as a result of which, the candidates, poof, they burst and they do something that is like not supposed to be done, and thereby they impact their performance really severely. So guys, just understand that your pressure is not being understood by a person over there. So you will have to take care of yourself. Your nerves are your own. You will have to manage it all by yourself. Don't burst open. Yesterday's lesson, I got to know that, okay, you guys are under severe stress. I get it. You are under stress, but how does that work for the other person? How does the other person know that you are going through that? Okay, let's get back to our the preparation things. And these are the major reasons for rejection. Let us come to the reasons for rejection. Why will I reject the way I have rejected? I already mentioned number 3, lack of etiquette, but that was the lack of etiquette towards the moderator. There can be lack of etiquette towards the candidate, the other people there, and we can have manners getting wrong for people, and they would be looking at what do you say, the other candidates with like disdain, like, oh, that person is not letting me speak, how can I get to know that this is happening? So all these things, right? So these things will have to be taken care of by understanding that each person needs to be respected. Each person has to be respected with regards how they, as a human being, as a colleague, as a peer, as a participant, as a citizen, as an equal rights holder. You have to respect them for that. Okay, it is a competition, they are your competitors, but who told you to disrespect a competitor? This is not what do you call a music contest. It's not a dance contest where you will have to show off. This is a test of your team skills. As I mentioned in the previous slide I showed you, it is a test of the team skills. Whether or not every moderator looks for that is different. I'm telling you that maybe one or all of it will be checked, but as a candidate you will have to take care that you know what is being tested. Team skills is one of them, right? So if I'm checking for fluency, I would be looking at, if I'm checking for etiquette, I would be looking if all my candidates are behaving with the proper manners or not. If they're not, maybe if I am a person who is hiring trainees, engineers who are starting with it, okay, then maybe I'll not be taking such kind of a person, because the moment you are going to join my company, I'm going to put you in a team. Now that team will contain other people like you. I need team players. I don't need competitors who would be running after each other. I'm investing money on you. I'm going to give you salaries. Now, if that is going to take place, I'm going to spend on salaries. I don't want the all equal salary people to be fighting among themselves. This should not happen. The other thing that is of concern in etiquette is that if I know this person is a troublesome person, if this person is going to shout down others, then that person can shout down me tomorrow in the team. I don't need people who will disrespect me tomorrow. Okay, you are not disrespecting me now, but we have a saying in Odia, Tulasi Dviputro Rubase. I mean, if there are 2 leaves of Tulsi, it is going to smell and fragrant the entire courtyard. It's going to make the entire courtyard fragrant. All right, coming back to this point of reasons for rejection. Etiquette also makes itself felt when you cut into other people's talk. Someone is speaking, you jumped into that person's speech. Now this is very much going to happen in an online GD, because there are not going to be any kind of signals. It's radically different. The online GDs are radically different from your live GDs, because there you can get the signals, you're present there in your body, in the atmosphere, there's a lot of formality, you will feel a little bit hesitant to cut through someone's talk. But not in an online GD. Online GD, you will feel like, oh, wait, I need to talk now, and you will burst again and again and again. So this is where how you are going to I'll tell you how to manage this. This is the session of not just knowing the reasons for rejection, but also avoiding avoiding getting rejected. Okay. Yeah. So now the reason that I'm going to come up with here is lack of confidence in yourself. Do you have confidence in yourself or not? If not, why? What is the reason for lack of confidence? Now that can go in two ways. Lack of confidence can go to reason number 1. Lack of confidence can go to reason number 4. Okay, let us try and talk about how confidence matters. So there are certain companies that are going to hire on the basis of confidence. Okay, now if I am a company here, I'm going to look for candidates who are very much forward. They can talk to anyone, they can face anyone, they don't fear anyone. So if that person is showing me signs like the how to talk, how to speak like this, you are sending the wrong signals to the guy who is going to hire you for your confidence. Okay, you don't have content, right? You don't have that amount of fluency in your language. Okay, fine, but you don't have to show it. Okay, I'll tell you how to manage it. Take a piece of something, maybe a nail cutter, something like that, and keep pressing on it. All your frustration, all your lack of confidence, your irritation. Okay, all your irritation, etc. You can do that. You can do that under the screen. On the screen, whatever is visible should be perfect, should be confident, should be strong. You should look straight into the camera and keep smiling at all times, giving a signal, true or not, doesn't matter, but giving a signal that you are here to take the job by being confident, looking confidently at the screen. You don't have content, I'll tell you how to manage content. You don't have fluency, I'll tell you to manage fluency. But confidence, that is on you, and you are going to manage it by hook or by crook. Okay, you can do anything but show your frustration. That means never show your frustration on the screen. Okay, do anything except showing your frustration on the screen. On the screen, you are the coolest, calmest, most confident person. Yeah, that is your responsibility. I'm leaving on that on you. Now, how to reach that level of confidence? Let me just talk to you about that. By getting the content right, as one of the reasons for getting rejected is lack of content. You'll have to manage the content. Where do you get the content? Content is topic specific. What is going to be the topic? Well, lockdown is on, pandemic is going on, COVID is raging, corona is flying everywhere. What can be the topic? Either it can be a topic that is related to corona and the people, like corona and doctors, corona and engineers, corona and ministers, corona and the general public. Okay, social distancing, every buzzword that you hear about COVID, you should get to know the definitions, and you should be prepared to talk on it for minutes together. You do talk on it for minutes and hours, but you do that in Hindi, you do that in Bangla, in Odia, in your mother tongue with your friends, but you have to do that now in English with your guys. So this content has to be arranged from somewhere. You will have to learn about this content from somewhere. Where do you get this content? Well, you don't go to WhatsApp for it. Pakka, no WhatsApp knowledge there. I have heard that if you eat one ginger and one garlic in the morning, you can avoid corona. I know that. It's not going to work, buddy. You will have to give verified information. You are going to be a part of a multinational corporation that is going to put you in a consulting position with another multinational corporations. WhatsApp forwards are not the solution, bro. That is not how it works. So kindly take care of that, and be ready with nice stuff. Okay. And no questions from you so far. What an AMNS session I'm holding. Yes, content wise benefit. Okay, what benefit you have in an online GD is that that content, if you did not know earlier, can be managed now. Why? Because only the screen is visible. What you do here or here is up to you. So I'm not asking you to cheat, and this is not cheating, because the companies will not tell you, please don't Google. Okay, if they tell you, then follow, obey that rule. If they haven't said that, you have your mobile phone, right? Or you have other aspects where you can get the information from. Don't worry about the content when there is online GD, because you can source it at the last moment. What you cannot source at the last moment is fluency. People getting rejected for fluency. What is fluency? Fluency is the smooth delivery of language. Okay, if you can manage to speak without like you get it. Fluency is speaking without fillers. Okay, if you can speak fluently without stopping for thoughts, without stopping for words, then you are fluent. I'm not talking about mistakes. You can make grammatical mistakes. The company is not hiring English teachers. The company is not hiring speakers who will be a grammar Nazi. You don't have to be very perfect in your language of speaking. I'm not asking for grammatical accuracy. I'm asking for fluency. If you can go fluently, you are fluent. I'm telling you, you are fluent. Why? Because you speak fluently in your mother tongue. What you don't speak fluently is English. Reason? Because you don't talk in it. You are fluent in your mother tongue because you use it every single day of your life. English was last used in March when you were talking to your teacher for asking for the hostel leave application. Okay, like, please sir, I need to go only 2 days, I'll be back, I'll be back. But you didn't come back. Your stuff is there in the hostel. Yeah. So I mean, when did you speak in English last? Students, when they're coming on for a group online GDs, their mouths are tied, their tongues are stuck, they are not able to talk. Why? Because they have not spoken for many weeks or days or months. There are certain people who are interning, who have been talking to people, their seniors, their peers, their colleagues, their teachers, their mentors, etc. And their language is in good shape. Their language is healthy. But those who have not done it are the ones who are like, maybe, I mean, okay, turn taking and turn giving in GD. Well, that does not exist anymore on online GDs. In online GDs, turn taking and turn giving is pretty much uh, as regular as the possibility of walking in a particular direction in a crowded square. It's not going to happen. Right. Let's go for the reasons for rejection. I was talking about fluency. How to manage fluency when you have this kind of a case. How to manage fluency when you are under stress, you don't have content, the people are fighting among each other, etc. So here you will have to try this. This is the strategy. Do a 15-second talk only. Okay. For this, getting this break of 15 seconds, you'll have to try multiple times. Each time that you don't succeed, you will have to speak like this, like excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Look at the face when I say excuse me. I smile. When I smile, I give a message to my moderator that I have my stuff ready. These jungly people, these forest dwellers, they are not letting me speak. Okay, forest dwellers these days are much better than the city dwellers. I can tell you that. People who are getting affected by corona, no one invites corona on themselves, COVID on themselves, but they are getting affected, and their very civilized, literate, educated neighbors are throwing stones on their houses. This does not happen with the forest dwellers. They don't throw stones at each other. They are very cultured in this manner. They will take care of you if you fall sick, not like the city people. These civilized people, when the times are tough and when the tough gets going, they will eat each other. This is what we know. So reasons for rejection number 4. I'll show you. We'll go back to this part, and we have the lack of logic analysis. कंटेंट को डिलीवर करने में जो लॉजिक की कमी आती है वो भी हमको देखने को मिलती है. I'm switching to Hindi so that already I've spoken like half of the time in English, and I see that the number of people coming and going is not good. So maybe I'm talking in an alien language. Sadly, this is the language you will be talking for your group discussion. फिर भी चलो वापस आ जाते हैं हिंदी पे कि आप अगर रिजेक्टेड हो रहे हैं तो किस लिए रिजेक्ट हो रहे हैं। उसमें से और दो बच गए हमारे यहाँ पे, लॉजिक और स्क्रीन प्रेजेंस। लॉजिक की वजह से भी रिजेक्ट हो सकते हैं और स्क्रीन प्रेजेंस ना होने की वजह से भी रिजेक्ट हो सकते हैं। लॉजिक का क्या मामला है? लॉजिक इज when you speak after a particular person, the right thing to do is to either comment on that or talk something on the topic. If you speak something totally unrelated to the topic, I'll come back to this again. If you speak totally unrelated stuff or you don't connect to the previous person but just like that, I agree with you. I agree with you is like the oldest phrase in group discussion. Guys, leave it. Adopt new old phrases. For example, yes, exactly. I was doing a GD a few days ago, and the students were like, "Yes, exactly, bro. If it is exactly like that, then what are you going to add? Nothing, right? So you have to add something, admit that it's a good point, and then add to it. Don't go like, yes, exactly. If it is exactly the same, shut up. You won't, right? So don't say yes exactly. The logic here is if you are going to retort, if you are going to disagree, etc., then you will have to use good words. I contradict you, I reject your opinion, I don't like, these are not etiquettes, and this is not how you put your logic. Okay, the point that you have just said uh, contradicts head on with what the experts have been saying. Well, I don't have a problem with this, but the experts have been saying that there has been air transmission or aerial transmission of the coronavirus, but we have been doing everything wrong. We have been just taking care of the hands by washing it. That does not work, right? So see, I did not bring myself in here. So here you have to bring in the point versus point. You don't bring a person versus person. So logic has to be rock solid. Even if you don't know content, good logic can help you uh, show your skills, analytical skills, problem solving skills, troubleshooting skills, and get you promoted to the next round, the interview round, maybe. The sixth point is lack of screen presence. So sometimes what happens is that the person has not switched on the panel. Whoever is speaking is coming on full screen. And in the full screen, do you have the screen presence? Do you have something that will, help that person understand the whole of it? Can you do that? So if you can do that, that would be great. Screen presence should be maintained by taking care of the background, by looking fully bright. The light should be on the face. I'm coming to that right now, how to manage this thing. Okay, these are the things that I wanted to show you for preparing for virtual online GDs. There are two aspects, technical and non-technical. Before I talk about the technical and non-technical thing, let me look at the questions that if people have, and they don't have any questions. So I'll tell you another reason for rejection, which is not in this part, and that is called bias. Okay, I'm not teaching you how to avoid bias because it cannot be avoided. Bias is from the point of view of the moderator. The moderator will have a bias. That person is a human being. There will be a bias with that person, and that person is going to decide on that. We moderators and trainers, etc., sometimes we come up with charts on how to actually sit for a particular GDN, like what are the aspects that we like, what we don't like. When I become a judge in a speaking competition, we are given a chart of qualities and mark sheet. You know what happens? I do it. But many a time, most of the time, because the other person who is the co-judge, the another judge of the speaking event, they don't do it. They do the simple thing. They sit and watch and smile. And at the end, they look at all the names and they tick 1, 2, 3. We like these three people. No quantitative analysis, nothing of that sort. They just don't like it. They would just go for the shortcut. I have been working my head off, marking, okay, content this much, this thing that much, that thing this much. I mark everything. The other person goes just by bias. What are those biases? Those biases are skin color. Yes, it is there. We are racist. Admit it. Look at all the actors and actresses. They all are trying to look much more fairer. No one likes the brown skin, dark skin, dusky skin. Nah, very few will be very successful with that kind of a skin. Understand it. It's understandable. Okay. Okay, the bias is understandable. We can't have a fair complexion. What do? We increase the light in our room. Simple. We have two extra lights. We switch on the mobile phone camera, flashlight. We open up the screens and the windows, and we try and get everything as white as possible. As white. So this bias is there. Bias number one. Bias number two is basically regional variations. There are some people who don't like people from the other part of the country. What do you do in that? Can you change your domicile? No. But what you can do is try to minimize the mother tongue influence in your language, in your English. Okay. So if you can, try to get a neutral accent. You look at my accent, it's neither American, neither British, nor does it carry any amount of accent. It does not have anything that tells me which part of India I am from. It's pretty much plain, nothing to do. Okay, so that you can take care of by practicing, doing accent neutralization. I'm not asking to do unit neutralization courses. You can do it on your own. Yeah. So bias on skin color, bias on regionalism, and many other biases that I can't talk about here, but you know them, right? Chalo. Let's get back to what are the preparations. And this is the last slide. I'm getting over with this. After this, there is nothing. Okay. So this is the last one. And we are at only 18 minutes left for my session. So if you have any questions, please come up. There are two ways that you can prepare for such a kind of a situation: technical and non-technical. The technical things, of course, you guys, most of you watching me are BTech guys, engineering people. So this is something that you're already acquainted with. Or if you are watching me and you are a TikToker, Instagrammer, YouTuber, or at least a WhatsApp status updater, you know what I'm talking about when I say damn good face clarity. Okay, I'm doing this here. Okay, just don't worry about it. I'm here. Okay, here. So damn good face quality, clarity. You can't make up face quality right now. It's done. But you can take care of avoiding a lot of things, but that's separate. I will not give everything for free, people. Damn good face clarity. The face clarity should be good with regards to the smudginess. Clean the camera and increase the light, improve the light. Don't have a similar background like your face. For example, your face is wheatish. Don't have a wheatish background. Right now I have a virtual background, so I can manage it. But if I'm doing a virtual background also, I need something that can be changed. So that color should contrast with my dress, with my face, and with my hair. Most probably you should go for a green background so that you can come up with a nice virtual background. Yeah. So face clarity has to be there. And we should also take care of camera level. Camera is important. Everything is camera right now. So if your camera is at face level, okay, then it will capture a little bit on the top and little bit below your face. So it will have a good quality. If you sit in such a way that you look, your camera is under, right now the camera is at my eye level. It is okay, a little below, but it is there. People sit on the table, their chair is higher than the camera, than the table, and they look like this. They are top and the camera is below. So this is not a good way to participate. You should have it at eye level. For technical preparations, apart from camera quality, camera clarity, camera connectivity, connectivity is very important. Yes, if you don't take care of the connectivity, you will be apologizing again and again. Sorry, my audio quality is not good. Internet signal is not good. You have to take care of your internet signal. Sit in the outermost part of your house, but not close to a noisy atmosphere. Okay, balcony, not necessary, but you can put the Wi-Fi device in the balcony so that the signal is strong from there. It can be repeated to your device, laptop, or something like that. Okay, so you need to take care of the connection by sitting closer to the outside area, number one. Number two, you will have to close down everything else in the background of your mobile device or your laptop. No applications, no apps, all closed, so that the entire bandwidth is dedicated to your Zoom or whatever you might be using at that point of time. Yeah. So cancel all the applications, close all the windows, just Zoom, just Wi-Fi, and you. Okay. This is one thing you can do. Another thing for audio quality management is basically switch off the camera. Hey, sorry, switch off the fan, not the camera. I'm sorry for that. And because you are not just speaking, you are also listening, remember to have headphones on. Okay, now those headphones, earphones, whatever you are using, headphones, big ones, no, earphones. Okay, yaad se use karna, because if you don't listen to what others are saying, if you are not listening closely to what the moderator is saying, you will lose out. And always, almost always look at the camera, because if you look at everything else, sorry, look at the camera and the screen. If you're looking at other things, people, while in the GD, they speak like this. I'll tell you, they have the microphone here. Don't use the microphone here. It has bad audio effect on the other side. It looks like those are the sounds that we get on this side, and we don't feel like selecting that person. Okay, and don't look like this, like have the microphone here and checking for answers everywhere. Maintain eye contact, place the microphone 10 centimeters from your mouth and talk. Okay, and of course I've already mentioned zero background noise. Now, with all this technical expertise that you have gathered just now, what do you feel that you should be your preparation? Do you have a, okay, I'll tell you. Can you what else remains to be done with the technical part? Well, among all of this, the platform matters. If the platform is not stable, sometimes there are platform goes down, etc., or the network goes down. Amphan affected people, for example, are people who are living near the road, etc. How can you manage the noise? Okay, so these are some certain techniques that you can do to manage. Close all the doors, put curtains. I have put a cloth under the door because there is some gap and there is noise filtering through. So I take care of that as well. Okay, I close that too. And I try to see whether anything else is not making noise. For example, right now, my microphone is on the laptop. This is something bad that I should not have done. Why? Because the microphone was taking all the noise from the systems machine, also the fan that the microphone, that the camera, that the laptop has been operating, has all been absorbed by the microphone. So there will be humming noise for a large part of this video when it is seen later on. Reason, the microphone that I had was on the laptop. Don't do that. My mistake, my bad. Okay. One of the questions that I've got right now is from Juhi. She is asking, can I ask questions to someone while he or she is saying something during the GD? Well, Juhi, while that person is talking, we should not interrupt. Reason, but interruption has its permissions. When can you interrupt? You can interrupt if the person has spoken 2 times already. You can interrupt if the person is not letting others speak. You can interrupt if you have not got a chance, everyone has spoken. You can interrupt if that person is speaking off the topic. Okay, you can say that, excuse me, I'm sorry to disrupt you, but you have gone off the topic. Could we please talk on the keywords being discussed here? So that you can do. Okay, yes, you can interrupt. And asking questions. Now, questions can be asked by people. This is a master strategy. This I'll discuss some other day, how to talk if you don't know what is being talked about. This is one of the strategies. Questioning. If you don't have anything to say, ask others to say. Ask questions that they will answer, and then you can get back. See, GD is about screen time. Right now, talk time. Yeah. So you will have to talk in order to be heard. And if you are heard, you will be selected. So if you ask questions, that's a good strategy. You ask the question, like, excuse me, you just mentioned that 17% of the Indian population is doing government service. I don't feel that. Can you give me some reference for that? Did you read it on Wikipedia or some other? You can say that. But it's irritating. if that moderator hears this, the moderator gets irritated when you ask questions like this. Rather, you can ask a clarification questions like, could you please clarify what you just said, 17%? Can you just repeat it again? Isme, there is no challenge to the person. This is only clarification. So when the intention is good, when the etiquette is nice, then it is acceptable to ask questions. Okay. Girdhari has asked a question. Is it okay to use earphones? Definitely okay. It is. I feel it's very required. Now the earphone, if you don't want to make it visible in the front, you can bring it from the back. You can have the earphone from your back and coming from here behind and sitting here. Why? Because well, some the time that you might feel that okay, it's not good to show the earphones. You are right on that. But if you don't have earphones, how are you going to distinguish between the various voices? And if it becomes an echo from the laptop to the laptop, from the mobile to the mobile, then there will be serious problems. Okay. So if you have a earphone, you will be better able to distinguish about who is talking, what is being talked, and when it is being discussed. Okay. You can do that. So let's get back to our non-technical preparations. Thank you, Nancy, for your question. Nancy has asked, what can be some wow factors with which even with less content can gain us better points? I'll tell you. One of the wow factors would be trying to bring down the noise, being the traffic police, being the motivator, being the questioner, the person who does beyond talking. He manages the GD. For example, yesterday there was a guy in my group discussion. He took a poll. बोले कौन कौन इस मामले में मेरे साथ में हो, कौन कौन इसकी फॉर में हो, कौन कौन इसके अगेंस्ट में हो. Now that guy simplified my job. I liked that. The problem was that he did it after I told the GD to stop. You should do it while the GD is on, so that you come across as a manager, as a person who is in control of the situation. Okay, so this is one. Traffic police. Traffic police is when people are speaking all at the same time. They're not letting each other speak. So I become the traffic police and I say that, guys, we are not able to reach a consensus. We are not able to have a decent discussion because everyone is screaming. Can we go one by one? Mr. Acharya, can you start, please? You go and talk to Mr. Acharya, and that person speaks. Thank you for your contribution. Now, you were trying to say something. Please carry on. Now, this is the task of the moderator. But when you do this, it is more like you have already contributed. Zero contribution and management does not look good. Say something. You have little content, talk about it, and then do this managing, firefighting, timekeeping, gatekeeping, motivating. Yes. So when there are some people, there would be some people who will not be speaking at all. So if you can motivate them, not by asking questions, do you have anything to speak? अरे उसके पास होता तो बोल नहीं देता, वो चुपचाप इसलिए बैठा क्योंकि उसके पास कुछ नहीं है. So if you want to motivate by giving them content. Would you like to say something about what is your opinion? Will giving free rice to people during the lockdown help or deteriorate the situation? उसको ऑप्शन दे दो तुम. उसको ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चन मत पूछो, क्या है नहीं, ये या वो चूज करेगा, उसका मुंह खुलेगा, वो बोलेगा, उसका पूरा श्रेय तुमको जाएगा कि तुमने उसकी बोलती खोली. So that is a good thing to do. Okay, so Nancy, here are your 4 answers. What you can do as a wow factor: you can motivate, you can gatekeep, you can question and bring the discussion back on track, and of course you can appreciate others. Okay, so these are the questions. I also have a question by Abhishek. If someone in our group is not speaking, so can we encourage? Yeah, I just told you, this is the leader quality that you can adopt. How can I increase our self-confidence, and how can I get away from bad thinking? Thank you for your question. But right now, we are looking at online GDs. If in online GDs, your confidence is going low, all I can tell you is that keep your low confidence feelings inside yourself. Outside, demonstrate a face, show a face. ऐसा चेहरा दिखाइए कि वो मुस्कुरा रहा है और उसको किसी परेशानी की परवाह नहीं है. एकदम मजबूत वाला एक जहन, मजबूती के साथ लोगों के सामने प्रकट होइए. उनको ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए कि आपके अंदर में कोई समस्या चल रही है, आपके दिमाग में कोई परेशानी चल रही है. उनको ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि भाई साहब एकदम सेट हैं, इनका सब कुछ अच्छा है. तो उस तरह से कुछ होगा तो वो आपसे बहुत मतलब अफेक्टेड होंगे, आपसे प्रेरित होंगे, ठीक है। तो मॉडरेटर भी प्रेरित होगा, मॉडरेटर भी इंप्रेस्ड होगा कि भाई साहब बहुत अच्छा कैंडिडेट है, ये तो जनाब एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस से आ रहा है, ये मेरा सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट सही मैनेज करेगा। इस तरह से आप उनको इंप्रेस भी कर सकते हैं। तो ये मैं ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड कर रहा था आपकी बातों में। सॉरी, वन ऑफ माय people where I took the name and that person deleted the comment. Please, sorry man, I thought that you were okay with that. Okay, let's look at the thing, नॉन टेक्निकल स्टफ। नॉन टेक्निकल स्टफ में आपको क्या करना है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया कि आपको दूसरे के साथ घुल मिल करके बातचीत करना चाहिए। ये घुल मिल, ऑल द सजेशंस दैट आई एम गिविंग ना, ये उस टाइप पे था कि ऑफलाइन जीडीज होता था, उसमें 90% एप्लीकेबल अब भी है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप दूसरों के साथ, आप जानते हो आप किसके साथ में जीडी करने वाले हो, ठीक है, तो आप उनके साथ जीडी से पहले ही कांटेक्ट कर लें, उनसे बातचीत कर लें, भाव स्वभाव एक दूसरे से एक्सचेंज कर लें, टैग टैग टीम कॉम्पिटिशंस कर लें कि भाई मैं तुमको वो अपॉर्चुनिटी दूंगा, तुम मुझको देना। गेट इनटू अंडरस्टैंडिंग। दिस इज अनऑफिशियल, आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू as a professor of some university. I'm talking to you unofficially. This is my private channel. So I'm telling you to get in tag teams with each other to help each other. ठीक है, टाई अप कर लो और एक दूसरे के साथ में वहां पे कोऑपरेशन करो। कीप योरसेल्फ अपडेटेड। इतना आपको जो है ना जानकारी रखनी चाहिए कि टॉपिक ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या आएगा, इकोनॉमिक्स, मेडिकल, टेक्नोलॉजी या बिजनेस, सॉरी आपका पॉलिटिक्स। सो ये चीजों के ऊपर में आएगा। तो इसके ऊपर में you don't have to, अच्छा, this is one thing, people think that GDs are for taking one side and sticking to that side forever. No, you can and should speak on both the sides of the topic. Imagine अगर कोई कंसल्टिंग कंपनी आपको लेने आई है, कंसल्टिंग कंपनी का काम क्या है, क्लाइंट्स को कंसल्टेशन देना कि आपका ये जो प्लान है, आप प्रोजेक्ट खोलने वाले हो एक नई जगह में, यहाँ पे क्या चलेगा क्या नहीं चलेगा हम आपको बताएंगे। तो आप उसको क्या सिर्फ अच्छा बताएंगे या सिर्फ बुरा बताएंगे, आप दोनों बताओगे, आप बोथ साइड्स ऑफ द स्टोरी बताओगे। जब आप बोथ साइड्स बताओगे तो फिर आपको बोथ साइड्स का मेंटालिटी रखना पड़ेगा। तो जीडी में दिखाइए वो बोथ साइड्स वाला मेंटालिटी। एक साइड क्यों दिखाना है, ये कोई डिबेट है, ये किसी को हरा करके नौकरी पाना है, जी नहीं। यहां पे आपको प्रूव करना है कि यू कैन बी एन अनबायस्ड पर्सन, यू हैव द ब्रेथ एंड द नॉलेज टू लुक एट एवरीथिंग अवेलेबल अंडर द स्काई। ओके, सो दिस इज वन। एंड नंबर 3 में है फ्लुएंटली बात करें, साफ साफ बात करें। कैसे आप साफ से बात करेंगे, एक जीडी के अंदर फ्लुएंटली कैसे बात करेंगे, उसका तरीका यह है कि आपको भूल जाना है कि कौन क्या बोल रहा है। जब आप शुरू करेंगे तो आपको रुकना नहीं है। आप अगर हेजिटेट करें, अरे वो क्या बोल दिया, ये क्या बोल दिया, ना, आप बोलते जाएं। 15 सेकंड तक तो कभी बिल्कुल ना रुकें जीडी में। इन जीडी 15 सेकंड तक बोलने से पहले आप किसी की कुछ ना सुने जब आप शुरू कर चुके हैं। तो ये आपका मेंटालिटी होना चाहिए। साफ साफ बोले, अलग अलग वर्ड्स बोले, चबाए नहीं। ओके, अगर गलती से कोई वर्ड चब जाता है तो फिर से उसको रिपीट करके क्लियरली बोले। और हंसना मत भूले, एकदम मुस्कुराता हुआ चेहरा रखें। अगर आप मुस्कुराता वाला चेहरा रखेंगे तब जाकर के आप जो है अच्छे से एक इंप्रेशन दे पाएंगे। अगर मुस्कुराता चेहरा नहीं रखेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिक वो प्रेशर आप पर चढ़ जाएगा और आपका चेहरा डार्क हो जाएगा। आपका चेहरा डार्क इन द सेंस कलर नहीं, डार्क इन द सेंस इमोशंस, वो हो जाएंगे आपके, और वो इंप्रेशन नहीं बन पाएगा जिसकी तलाश आपको है। ठीक है, तो स्माइल करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बैठना भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप कैसे बैठ रहे हैं। कुछ बच्चे कुछ कैंडिडेट्स जीडी के टाइम पर हाथ इस तरह ऊपर रख लेते हैं। किसके ऊपर में, वो टेबल के ऊपर में जिसमें लैपटॉप या डेस्कटॉप रखा हुआ है। तो इस तरह से ना करें। हाथ सामने रखने से आपका शोल्डर ऐसे हो जाएगा। हाथ सीधा बैठे, आपकी पीठ सीधी होनी चाहिए, लेकिन कैमरा एंगल देख लें। कभी कभी कैमरा एंगल ऐसा होता है कि पीठ सीधी रहने के बावजूद आप दिखते नहीं हो वैसे। ठीक है, तीसरा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट, ड्रेस, कपड़ा परफेक्टली आयरन होना चाहिए। एटलीस्ट ऊपर का तो आयरन होना ही चाहिए, शर्ट वगैरह आयरन होना चाहिए। अगर आप देख सकते हो आपके रूम में एसी लगा हुआ है तो आप ब्लेजर भी पहन सकते हो साथ में। ओके, लेकिन टाई इतना मतलब फॉर्मेलिटी में मत जाएं। अगर जरूरत पड़े, अगर सब कोई पहन रहे हैं, अगर कॉलेज की तरफ से या डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से आपको इंस्ट्रक्शन आया है कि टाई पहने तो पहने, वरना डोंट ट्राई टू लुक टू फॉर्मल। ज्यादा फॉर्मल ना दिखे और कैजुअल भी ना दिखे। ओके, 2-3 बटन खोल देना ना, एक ही बटन। ओके, एक ही बटन खोले जबकि आपने टाई नहीं पहना है। तो दिस इज फॉर जेनेरिक, मैंने प्लेसमेंट के हवाले से बोला है। एंड ऑलमोस्ट ऑल यही है कुछ सब कुछ। और ड्रेस, स्माइल और बैठने का इंतजाम करने के बाद में मेंटालिटी का ख्याल रखें कि देयर इज 100% चांस कि आपका रिजेक्शन हो जाएगा। उम्मीद लगाकर ना बैठें कि सिलेक्शन होगा, क्योंकि अगर आप उम्मीद लगा के बैठेंगे सिलेक्शन होगा, सिलेक्शन होगा, सिलेक्शन होगा और नहीं हुआ तो धक्का जोर का लगेगा। और एक मर्तबा जोर का धक्का लग गया तो उसके बाद में जो जो होता रहेगा ना, वो धक्के बढ़ते जाएंगे, वो बोझ बढ़ता जाएगा और टेंशन बढ़ता जाएगा। तो ऐसा है कि नेकी कर दरिया में डाल, जीडी कर और उसको तू अपने खुद को संभाल। जीडी कर, खुद को संभाल। डोंट वरी अबाउट व्हाट द रिजल्ट इज गोइंग टू बी। पहले से सोच लो मैंने अच्छा तो किया है, लेकिन मेरी अच्छाई सबको नजर आए जरूरी नहीं है, तो मेरा सिलेक्टेड होना जरूरी नहीं है। आएगा तो आ जाएगा, नहीं तो कोई बात नहीं। दुनिया में कई कंपनी, कई जीडीज, कई अपॉर्चुनिटीज कहीं पे भी मिल सकता है। नो प्रॉब्लम, माफी मुश्किल, ये मेंटालिटी आपको लेकर के चलनी है। ठीक है, तो ये थी हमारे बातचीत का सारांश। हमने आज आपको रीजंस फॉर रिजेक्शन बताया और वो रिजेक्शन से बचने का तरीका भी बताया। बैड फीलिंग्स, बैड थिंकिंग, बैड ख्यालात, बुरे ख्यालात आपके माइंड में आ रहे हैं ना, तो इसको भी मैनेज करने के लिए आपको जरा सी ना हेल्प लेना पड़ेगा। हमेशा सब कुछ खुद से हेल्प नहीं होता, कभी कभी इसमें एक्सपर्ट्स की हेल्प चाहिए होती है। अगर आपके, जाहिर सी बात है पैंडेमिक चल रहा है, मतलब सबको फिक्र है नौकरी मिलेगी कि नहीं मिलेगी, कहाँ मिलेगी, कब मिलेगी, कितने में मिलेगी, कैसे मिलेगी, जा पाऊंगा नहीं जा पाऊंगा, कब ये सब कुछ खत्म होगा, ये सब टेंशन सबका आ रहा है। आने दीजिए, लेकिन दरवाजा मत खोलिए, दरवाजा बंद रखिए और अंदर घुसने मत दीजिए उनको। आए वो लोग ठकठकाएं, हमारे लिए कोई जगह है आपके माइंड में, आप बोले ना सब ठीक है, सब चंगा सी, बाय, उसको जाने दे। ठीक है, तो ये बुरे ख्यालों को आने से आप रोक सकते हैं तो रोक लें, और नहीं रोक सकते हैं ना तो उसको जरा से घुल मेल करके ऐसे कामों में लगे रहिए कि जिसमें आपको इन चीजों का टेंशन ज्यादा ना होता। ठीक है, आप ये सब बातें याद रखिएगा। मैं ये वीडियो को ऑनलाइन डाल रहा हूं, अगर आपसे कुछ छूट गया होगा तो वो भी आप देख लीजिएगा। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपके क्वेश्चंस पूछने के लिए और पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए। हम आपसे अब इजाजत चाहेंगे और फिर मिलेंगे अगले संडे 12 बजे। अगले संडे का सेशन टॉपिक है वीडियो रेज्यूमेस, कैसे बनाएं वीडियो रेज्यूमे। एक तो होता है पेपर सीवी, एक होता है वीडियो सीवी। वीडियो पे सीवी कैसे बनाएं, वीडियो रेज्यूमे कैसे बनाएं, अगले संडे बात करेंगे 12 बजे। याद से आइएगा, सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। टेक केयर।